We're with Janet Yellen, former chair of the Federal Reserve in the United States, and here at the Asian Financial Forum 2020, she's been talking at a luncheon speech, and thank you very much indeed for joining us right now.
Happy
and
to
really
be with you.
looking at the idea of central bank independence. What's the message that you have?
Well, my message on central bank independence is that it's crucially important for sound and good long-run economic performance. There's been a trend over many decades all around the world for central banks to become independent and taken out of politics. The Federal Reserve is an independent central bank. It was purposely structured that way by Congress, given goals, full employment and price stability. But it's very unusual to have a president who criticizes the Fed as much as President Trump has. And we really haven't had that for as long as I can remember. And I think the Fed is continuing to keep its eye on its mandate and to act in the best interest of the U.S. economy.
And looking really into 2020, how do you see the Federal Reserve actually behaving in terms of the interest rates? Is it going to be very much a year in which they're going to hold steady?
Well, it's going to depend on how the economy does. And I think the U.S. economy is actually doing just fine right now. It has a very low unemployment rate, the lowest 3.5%, it's the lowest in 50 years. Inflation, in spite of that, is running too low rather than too high. It's averaged 1.5% for the last decade, and even with a very tight labor market that should be putting some upward pressure on inflation, we're really not seeing that. So the Fed, after raising interest rates toward a kind of neutral level, certainly they would be prepared to cut more if it seems to be necessary to keep the expansion going.
And looking at the uncertainties between China and the United States, what's your overall outlook for A, the relationship itself, and B, how that's going to affect central banks' operations both in China and indeed in the United States as well?
Well, I think that the PBOC is also looking to support Chinese economic growth. China's its economy has gradually slowed over time. They're, I think, trying to improve the quality of growth and to deal with problems in the financial system.
Given the uncertainties that have arisen, of course, we in Hong Kong have great relationships with the United States for trade, but of course we're also very reliant on China for trade as well.
Yes, of course.
Where do you see the role of Hong Kong in 2020 and beyond 2020?
Well, Hong Kong plays a critical role as a bridge for China into the global economy. And the financial system of Hong Kong is globally important. I think it's the third most important financial center in the world. It plays a very critical role. And of course, it's a place where free enterprise thrives, rule of law, highly open capital markets, great financial expertise, and a home for the world's greatest financial institutions. I see those advantages as continuing to give Hong Kong a very important role as a bridge between China and the rest of the world.
So here at the Asian Financial Forum 2020, you can say that Janet Yellen has given a vote of confidence to Hong Kong.
Yes, I think that's fair.